This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Commonwealth Brewery Limited, CBL, gifting a sizable fund to the University of the Bahamas today. CBL representatives met to sign off on an over $200,000 donation aimed at helping university students. Our Caitlin Babb has more on that story.
The University of the Bahamas and Commonwealth Brewery Limited partnering with the latter, donating $250,000 to the university. UB and CBL signed a memorandum of understanding that will facilitate a $250,000 scholarship award. The signing taking place on the university campus in the Harry Seymour Library. The brewery and the university meeting to commemorate the donation, which UB President Dr. Eric Rowland says is geared to directly benefit Bahamian students.
This current endowment provides the recipient in the third year of studies with the opportunities to intern abroad as well. The Commonwealth Brewery Entrance Scholarship also includes 2-year employment contract at an entry-level position with the company. Again, exactly what our students need.
According to the president, this is not the first time CBL has donated to the university. The brewery has donated some $500,000 in scholarships since 2015.
Our record reflects that since July of 2015, approximately 7 years ago, the brewery generously donated $500,000 to support and empower full-time Bahamian undergraduate students. That scholarship award included the option to join the staff as an intern at the Commonwealth Brewery Limited and to engage in professional development opportunities before graduation, which is key to the education of our students.
Dr. Rowland says that the university is proud of the accomplishments of students that have previously received scholarships as a result of CBL's donations, taking the time to thank the brewery for their continued support.
We're also pleased in general with the CBL in giving Bahamian students the opportunities to receive a quality education here at UB, the premier institution in the Bahamas. For all of this, we say thank you. Your commitment to award students with scholarship is impactful and very beneficial to their success at the university, and by extension will increase our retention rate. It is also, in the way that it's structured, essential to their success after they graduate from the university, which is equally important to all of us.
Remaining optimistic about the scholarship fund, President Rowland says he hopes both students in UB North and Oaksfield will take advantage of the opportunities provided. For JCN News, I'm Caitlin Babb.
Thanks so much for that report, Caitlin. The Bahamas can look forward to millions of tourists coming into port in 2023, as officials at the Nassau Cruise Port Limited say it has projected that over 4 million passengers will be welcomed. Just last week, the cruise port celebrated a historic achievement. For 2 consecutive days, the port team hosted 6 ships per day. This marks the first time that the port has recorded that number, as they welcomed 6 vessels on December 5th and another 6 on December 6th. Amongst those ships were Oasis Classic or Oasis Class Royal Caribbean ships, Wonder of the Seas and Harmony of the Seas, along with Explorer of the Seas, Disney Wish and Carnival Liberty ships. Between the 2 days, 12 ships brought a total of 40,959 passengers to the Bahamas. A 26-year-old Grand Bahamian man is nursing injuries to his foot after he was shot outside a business establishment early Sunday morning, according to police reports. Before 3 a.m., the victim was standing outside the business establishment in Caravel Beach when he heard gunshots and realized that he was shot to the foot. He was able to drive himself to hospital, where he was treated and discharged. No arrests have been made in connection with this incident. Police investigations continue. Police confiscated $10,000 worth of suspected marijuana on Grand Bahama on Friday. While no arrests were made, Drug Enforcement Unit officers, DEU, acting on intelligence, conducted a search of an abandoned building on Spiny Road, and that's in Grand Bahama, where they discovered the drugs, which weighed an estimate of 10 pounds. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, police also removed a weapon from the streets of Freeport. Around 6 p.m., DEU officers conducted a search of a generator room in a closed resort, and they discovered the handgun. No arrests were made in connection with this discovery either. Police investigations continue. While in Barbados last week, filling in for Prime Minister Philip Davis at the 8th CARICOM-Cuba Summit, Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Public Service Fred Mitchell said that CARICOM, and particularly the Bahamas' relationship with Cuba, continues to be mutually beneficial.
30th of November 1974, we started diplomatic relations between the two countries. It's been 48 years since then. The relationship is good. We've benefited by the relationship, notwithstanding the obvious and regrettable mistake of the sinking of the HMBS Flamingo in 1980 by Cuban MiGs.
Over the 48 years of diplomatic relations, the Bahamas and Cuba have cooperated in a number of areas, including medicine, education, security, and sports development. The Cuban embassy here in the Bahamas is located at Miller House on Collins Avenue. Albeit unsuccessful, the Bahamas is also a supporter of the request for Cuba to be included in the Summit of the Americas, which is held every 3 years. And finally, for the past 7 months, the Bahamas Culinary Chef Feeding Network, a nonprofit, has served over 11,000 hot meals on Saturdays at Ferguson Park in Bainstown. Diamonds International is the corporate sponsor. The initiative is led by Assistant UB Professor and Executive Chef Adame Farrington and her team. The nonprofit is assisted by 20 senior and junior chefs and 12 allied members, including sponsorship throughout the year. These meals improve food security for seniors, the unemployed, low-income families, and children who gather at the park, which is a popular spot. Additionally, the network also feeds the shut-ins and the home for the aged in the neighborhood. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jareno Saunders. Thanks for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.